load out. Now I've got, oh, it's done it. Hold on, let me just see if it's gonna, there we go. Honestly, mind of its own, this has got. Apologies if you felt you was on a fairground then. Let's try again. Okay, see? Now I've got a little bit of this beautiful sunshine. There we go. Let's try that. Oh, well, there's a bit of a glare. I've had to close the blinds. So we've got, oh, let's put the other light on. Let's see if that balances it out. Let's have a look. Okay, so let me, right, I haven't got my mic on. That might be a blessing in disguise. Okay, so let's see who's logging on. Let's find my, let's go on to the, there we go. Okay, right, morning, happy Sunday. I know, the days are flying by. Wow, morning Ali. Hi Claire, good morning. Hope you're well. Let's have a look. So I'll just put hiya to you lot. There we go. Good morning, good morning. There we go. Hiya. Okay, so, well, today is going to be a really interesting one, to be fair, because I'm going to show you how to make really easy books. And then I have got another crazy little thing I'm going to do. And hopefully it's going to turn out all right. Hello, Camilla. Good morning. Hope you are well. Hi, Ali. So I know, honestly, I've had to close my blinds. It's blinding. Blinding. Did you get it? Oh, yeah, it's proper sunny here this morning. It's beautiful. Dave's out in the garden, pottering around, bless him. Morning, Liz, a beautiful day in Kent. Yes, Lou, it is. It's lovely in Wolverhampton. Morning, Rach. Morning, Maura. Hope you're all well. Yeah, we're definitely into a fun day today. Books and then something else. Now, I saw this. I didn't have a chance to go on to my Instagram to give credit to the person that I've seen it. However, I will find it. And morning, Jan, and give credit because I've seen one of these contraption things. So I'm going to have a go with it with you guys today. So it's going to either work or go terribly wrong. Yes, Debbie, hanging out in the washing. Oh, fabulous. Dave's out in the garden, pottering, as I say. But what we're on, okay, I'll give it about another 30 seconds or so. But yeah, these are so easy to make. Oh, hello. Hi. Mum's just popped her head in. Oh, lovely. Oh, she's brought me some wipes. Fabulous. Oh, lovely. Brill, I'll put them down there. Okay. Oh, she's been buying. She's just come back from Bilston. Oh, morning from rainy France. Oh, gosh, that's terrible.
Morning, everybody.
Right. Mum says morning. Yeah, so she's come back from Bilston Market. Oh, look, she's brought me some little bits and bobs. Oh, yeah, they'll work out well. Great. Mind you, they might work out well with the pan pastels and a bit of water. We're doing a bit of watercolour today. So, thank you, Mum. Are you staying or going? Oh, fabulous. Yeah, that's all right then. So everyone's saying hello.
Hello.
She gets so excited going to Bilston Market, you know. If you're over this way, come and play. Oh, and look, she's brought us some lovely, perfect just for splashing water and bleach. Brilliant. Thank you, Mum.
Yeah.
There we go
problem.
then. Right then. So you're staying or going? I don't need eyelashes.
No.
Okay, yeah, let me show you what she's brought.
What's it to do?
Yeah, she's brought some eyelashes. What do I need with eyelashes? Hello.
Mushrooms.
She's putting them on her mushroom. Now, Mum's going to make some mushrooms and she's putting eyelashes on them. I'm not even going to go there. But yes, it obviously you can see where my inspiration of my collection come from. Right then, so you going?
Yeah,
okay, she's off. So bye everybody. Sun is shining. There we go.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I ain't met anybody. You sausage. Go on, Mum.
Said hello to them all.
Bless her. She's on one. She's had a Bilston Market fix. Right, so let's crack on. I think we're all here. We've got a few anyway. It's a lovely day, so, you know, I don't expect you to sit with me for long because I'd be out in the garden myself or hanging the washing out or just enjoying the sunshine. So, you know me and my mum. Honestly, my mum's funny. She's carted. If you come into the NEC, you'll meet Mum on the 13th. So, Mum's coming for my launch. Bless her. Proud mum moment. So, yeah. So these are all in place. Then nothing's falling out. It's just like what you'd buy. And it's not it's cost pence realistically. So, I have got my glue gun on. So I'm going to do the gluey bit first so I can get that out the way and get these things out the way because there's a lot going on. Now, I have used scrap paper. Now, you know all them pieces of paper that you use and you think, oh, I'm going to throw away? They make great little books. Yeah? So, we can just make a cover for this. And then look at that. That's an ideal for a little journal for the grandkids or something, if you want them to jot along with you. Again, how did I do this? Let me just have a look. Did I sew these in? Let's see. How did I do these? Oh, I stapled these. Okay. So I used a staple. Perfect. And then obviously I glued them. So yeah, so there's one way of using up your scrap paper. Obviously, A4. Good morning, Black Country A8. Yeah, all right, Mush? Oh, dear me. Just chatting away, it's okay, and it's telling me some funny stories. Bless it, love it. So yes, so these, like I say, never throw your scraps away, because look at that. We've got 2 lovely little books, which if you've got grandchildren, great. If not, if you want to just go out and just have a little drawer, they're fabulous. So they're easy to make. Same principle of what we're doing now today. Now I've got some workshops coming up, and we're going to be making some. Obviously, I've made these in preparation, but I'm going to show you how. Yeah, right, Mush. Yeah, go on. D is for Donnies. I'm using my Donnies today. Right, so these are so easy to do, and you don't need, you know, I actually brought one of these machines from America, and I nearly had a fire in the house, and I used the proper adapter and everything. So to me, you just need a bog standard glue gun. Now, this glue gun I'm using is a low melt. So for one, I don't burn my hands, as you do. But you can get a high melt and stuff like that. So just be mindful if you're not very quick off the mark, because I'm not with hot things. That's why I brought a low melt. So it does have some warmth to it, but it's not going to scald you if you happen to have an accident. Okay. So this is how to make this nice and easy. Hello from sunny Sweden. Fabulous. This is what we're doing later, and this is what happens when you use cheap rubbish cotton. But I'll go into that in a minute, yeah? Well, let me show you my first bit first. So, I have got just some cheap A4 photocopying, and I'm lucky enough to have brought myself a great big, it cuts this in one. So I've got an industrial guillotine, which I can't pick up because it's that heavy. I have to have it on its own little workbench. But I'm going to show you. All I've done is cut this. So obviously we've got it works out to a large A4. I've cut it obviously in half, and then these are half again. So that is a lot of paper, but it's then cut down, etc, etc. So all you've got to think about is if you want a book that opens like this, or if you want a book that opens like this one, yeah? And that's where you're going to glue. You're either going to glue down the long side or the short side. So for me, I like these little books because it gives you more space to do a little design on the front. So I'm going to do these today with this side here. But I'm going to do the smaller ones probably from the top maybe, but we'll see. So I'm going to start with the larger one first, just so you can get the gist of it. Now, I'm hoping I can do this on camera. Now, don't forget, if you've got any links or any bargains, or you've found any offers or anything, whack them in the chat. Sharing's caring. Did I tell you I got a stamp launch this week coming? Yes, NEC this week. How quickly has that come round? Oh my gosh. Now, one hand's got glue gun, other hand's got Lisa and paper. So you want to make sure that it's all level. If not, you get your clip, you tap it, level it, do as best as you can. But you want to keep this as pressed as you possibly can. Now, here goes. I don't know if hopefully you can see what I'm doing, but I am now I'm massaging it into the paper. So I'm making sure all the paper, now there's not a lot, it's not thick. Let me just take that off now. So, I don't know, hopefully you can see that, but it's not thick. There you go. See, look, you can run it down if you want. If you've got a glass mat, press it down, yeah, and it'll flatten it if it's a bit. And this is what I love about the low melt, because there's no hot and it's not going to burn my finger off. So let me just, again, all I'm going to do, you're watching as I'm doing this. So I'm moving that glue down that spine. So no fancy hundreds of pounds for, is it a cinch or something like that? I'm not saying that they don't work or anything, but if you haven't got hundreds of pounds to spend on all these gadgets, a glue gun is probably about a tenner. Yeah. So again, I'm going to move along and I'm going to push. Now, if you see any paper, don't worry if it doesn't catch it all. We can put more glue on later. But again, it's mindful of the amount. Oh, honestly, Ali, low melt is the way forward. Absolutely. And you know something, if you haven't got, if you've got, if you put a lot on and you think to yourself, oh, that's too much, you know, if you've got like a waffle pan, you know, the non-stick pans that you plug in, you can put that on to invert it and level it off again. But it's got to be something you're not using, because I don't want you to go and cook pancakes in it and then have a gob full of glue. You know, I wouldn't want to put you through that. So now I'll put quite a bit on there then. So as you can see, I'm just going to move it around. Your leg. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. Your leg's better. Leg is better. That's what we like. So I had a fabulous workshop yesterday at Crafty Corner. Annette is one of the first to have pre-ordered my stamps as wholesale. So I believe the stamps are arriving tomorrow, and Nigel will be on the ball for dispersing the orders. Now, there has been a lot of orders, so to guarantee, unless you're turning up at the NEC, to guarantee that you're going to get them, I'd say pre-order, if I'm honest, because I don't know when the next batch will be out. So that's as easy as that. Let me just take the clip off. Now, I can see a loose piece of paper there. I'm not too worried about one. Yeah? Not worried that could be my scrap to scribble on later. So, there you go. Nice and easy. Now, I can now look at that. Oh, bless you, Chris. Would have loved to have come down to come and say hello. Now, I can see where there's a different colour just in where we've put these papers together. So if you cut and then put them, you know, pile them up, you will actually see where it changes direction. So the colour obviously the paper has fibres. So there we go. Look at that. I can now split that again if I want to. But that's, now you see here, for instance, we've got a couple of pages. So I'm going to hold them together again. And then I am then, like I say, this is low melt. Now, if you want to get your bulldog clip back on it, you can do. But I'm comfortable to do it and just hold it down if I need to. You see, look, that there. Love it. There we go. Perfect. Let me just put that over there. And one lovely book. Now, let's have a look. No, nothing's falling out. So as you can see, massaging it in, and look how lovely that spine is. Now you can add, so like this one's also done, so that's done. Yeah, that's a spare. Let's whack that over there. I'll do one on a smaller one, and let's have a look. Yeah. So you want to look at your edges. So whichever you feels the best one, that'll be your front edge, what people will see. And then this one will have the glue on if you're not too happy with it. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to do this one. Look, honestly, it was a fabulous day. Some amazingly talented people, and they had a free-for-all. They could do whatever they liked. Now, I like classes like that because it allows you, one, to use stuff you haven't used for absolutely ages. Let me just push this down a minute. There we go. Sorted. Oh, there we go. Look at me. I'm just blobbing ink everywhere. Well, it's only a page. I'll rip that off. It allows people to use stamps that they've just brought and then put in the back of the cupboard. I'm guilty of that. I've got some amazing collections and I want to get them out today and have a play about with them. And it just proves that we all go along buying all these lovely products and they don't see the light of day. So on my workshops, I like you to bring stuff you haven't used or that's gathered dust, because why on earth have you brought all this beauty? You've spent money on all these products. Use them. I don't know. Right, let me turn it round like same again. Now you're seeing what I'm doing. I don't think nobody's asked any questions, so it seems to be straightforward so far. Yeah. So there you go. Look at this. So I'm just little circular motions, and I'm dragging that warm glue down, so I know it's going in between each little tiny bit. And if you're unsure, stop and just pull it down with your finger, and it's not going to burn you because it's low melt. Yeah, there you go. Look at that, all nice and clean, nicey nice. I've just got a small gap there. Okay, so here we go. And where you've got that blob, I'll then put some more glue on it, and that will actually melt that glue, and I'm allowed to then just manipulate it, my favourite word, down to actually, look at that, perfect. Bit tatty, but you know, that's something we can tidy up. But apart from that, I mean, look, how much would you spend on a booklet like that with a nice fancy, I mean, if it was a bit of artwork on it as well, you know, I mean, that's just silly money then. So there's 3 books out of nothing, but that can then turn into 6 books because they're quite thick. And like I say, all you've got to do is say, okay, roughly, let me do this one for it. Well, let me take that page off for starters because it got a blob of ink on, yeah? So I'm going to look at that now and I'm going to think, about there, I think. Yeah, so I'm having that and I'm just going to pull. It's not going to ruin anything, and I've got 2 books now. Yeah, so just to prove it, 2 books, nothing's falling out. Yeah, nothing's falling out. So if you do it right, you can save yourself an absolute fortune. I've got 20 million books now. I think I make a note of when I'm going to, yeah. Bless you. So these are like I said, now these are little, now you can do little booklets or you can do these as flip ups. Oh, there's no such thing as late here, Kim. Hello, thank you for joining us. There we go. How easy was that? Oh, I'll tell you what, I think I've done. Let me have a look at this one. Yeah, so that's, yeah, we'll do a long one. So this is more of like a long notepad. Now all you've got to remember is if you're doing a long notepad, when you look to get your paper, you just got to remember which way it's got to go, because you'll do a cover. Crafting is fun, and you know, this is why I'm trying to share as much as I possibly can, because at the end of the day, the amount of stuff we spend on crafting materials and don't use them, it's shocking. And the amount of stuff that we buy and we can't use with other products because we can't post them in their groups annoys me, because what's the whole point of you know, buying these things to use them, to embrace them, mix and match? I love mixing and matching, as you can probably tell. Right then, morning Jackie. So here we go. Another. Now that'll be nice for your notes. So you could do a nice little fold up and diddly doo dah. Fabulous. So that's that one done. And I'm going to do this one long ways. Morning Steph. Morning Jackie. Morning Kim. Let me just again. Let me just embrace the glue gun. Oh, there we go. See, I'm off again. Now I will obviously be tidying up my my mishaps in a second. But while I've got, I mean, this was just from, I just grabbed a pinch of A4 copier paper, nice and cheap. Now, if you're able to get it cheap, fabulous. If not, you've got your Asda, your Tesco. You know, they all sell cheap enough, 500 sheets. Can you just imagine how many little booklets you can make out of that for a couple of quid? They make fabulous birthday gifts, stuff for the grandchildren. You could do little booklets and do like how to learn their ABCs. Perfect. I know my little Scarlett, she's doing ever so well with her writing. And that's all we've done. We've just done little things for her to follow, little dot lines. Yeah, definitely. Please do. Please post and show me what you've made. I'd love to. So I'm gonna do a cover for one in a minute, but there you go. That just proves, I mean, it's minimal. Again, it's more or less, look, it's more or less dry. It's not burning because it's low melt. Obviously, if you've got a hot melt gun, then please don't be doing what I'm doing, because you're going to end up screaming. Then you'll blame me. And then that's your own bits and bobs then. So look at that. Beautiful. Now, that's obviously a thick book. And again, I can look at it and think, you know, I'm going to halve that booklet. I'm going to pull it. And there you go. I've got 2 small booklets now. Absolutely perfect. Yeah. I'm going to leave that one quite thick, because I think that's a nice little book there. But you get the gist, yeah? You get the gist. So let me get there. So if you've got a glass mat, I'm not going to teach you to suck eggs, but all we do is we just clear it off with a spare. Now, obviously, this is blunt for paper cutting, but I always keep it so it scrapes up my rubbish off me. My Dave says, is your Dave out in the garden with a 6-pack of lager? Not yet, but soon. And then I'll be joining him. Trust me. It's nice to sit in the garden, and you know, we've got like little ponds and water noises. Very relaxing. Right, so that's that bit. Now I am going to show you when I can find it. There we go. How to make a cover. So we've got a booklet, yeah, which I've made, and I've glued it down. You've just seen what I've done. Then I've got a piece of watercolour card, which is half of an A4. And then all I've done is I've got my booklet, I've put it in the middle, and then I've sort of roughly pretended, you know, pushed it down, squidged it. So I've got a rough idea of a scoreline. Now, if you're unsure, I always say, think about the thickness of here. Now, whatever that roughly in your head, you'll then get your piece of card and then you'll push your card to that. So that's going to be roughly. And then all you do then is, morning, Diane. You can then just use your bone folder and score. And then you do the same on this side again. Put the bone folder down, score it, which I've already done. And that will give you that nice, crisp, yeah, spine. There we go. I'll remember what it's called in a minute. And then all I'm going to do is when I'm done is I'm going to glue it in, and I'll make sure that wasn't a song. My Dave says, your Dave says. It will turn up to be, trust me. Dib 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 and dub dub dub. Morning, everyone. Just popped in. No, that's fine, Susan. It's lovely of you. Mama Tath, what we got then? Oh my gosh, you're moving room into a smaller room. Wow. I don't know how you can do it. I just need a bigger wardrobe room if I'm staying in here anyway. But yeah, so, and then I'm, like I say, I'm lucky enough to have a guillotine. So anything that's out of place or out of sorts, I will chop up so I know it's bang on perfect. So the first thing I want to do, we'll do that in a bit. When I've got, you know me, I'll get a bit chaotic of a morning. So I'm going to do what I saw on, what did I see it on? What was it called now? Instagram. So credit, you might have already seen it if you go on, dear me, Dave is a very popular name. Yes, my Dave, your Dave, that Dave, some Daves anyway. Right, I'll put them down there. Now, I'm going to put the glue gun over here. I'm going to use this spare just to hold it in case it dribbles. It rings a bell. Indeed. Okie dokie. So, my glue gun's out the way. So I've got, oh, crikey. Got a bit of an area now, so apologies on any light. Yeah, that's whoop whoop. Look at that. Grrr. Right, where's my contraption now? Then you probably have seen this, but I thought, oh, I'll use some thin, cheap. What am I doing now with that? That's that. I don't know what I'm doing with that. Let me move that out the way. There you go. I saw this, and so I used some cheap card. And you can clearly see, please be mindful of what you use. Now, this was it was a light score as well. Look at that. Absolute nonsense. I won't name it, but it wasn't Pink Frog. This is, however. So, we're going to do this. I'm just going to throw that. There you go. Through it. Now, this, it is 16 by 6. I've wrote on this one, and we're going to do this one together because I want to see what this looks like, and I want to share it with you because I think it's going to be really good for you to do, especially with grandchildren, or even to give out as a gift if you want to like do something really pretty. So it's 16 by 16 centimetres. It's just over 6 by 6 inches square. Now, each of these squares are 4 centimetres, so 4, 8, 12, 16, hence 16 by 16 centimetres. So you just you'll cut it out to that size. You'll then take out of this. Now, I have done this with the scoring tool, and all I use is this one. Yeah, and it's got a scorer and cutter on. Okay, so I was lucky enough to have that, so I've taken that out. Now, on this, I've already folded and that, but I just want to show you. This is supposed to be fabulous, so I'm gonna. This is to be kept, so we'll put that bit out the way. So I'm going to leave this here just in case you want a screenshot and you want those measurements, okay? My first, oh, bless. Love it when you come that stuff. It's lovely, isn't it? So I'm going to glue here and here. So before I do glue it, I'm going to fold it over because that's what it's got to do. So you've got to fold these in, okay? So I'm now going to glue these corner parts. Now, I am using Pink Frog Super Smooth, because it is a superior card. Now, I don't know what it's going to look like when I've done this, so apologies. It's much better than the original card I started off with. I'm not going to name it because I'm nice. So I'm going to squidge that one down. So I've glued that corner, And I'm going to pull that one over, and I've glued this top corner here, and I'm going to put that down there. Let me get my bone folder. Where have I put it? Here it is. Right, so I'm just being mindful because we've got glue in there. Yeah. So we've got glue here and we've got glue here. Okay, so that's what we've done. Glue and squidged it over because we've over. Now you can see now I've done on this one glue and glue. Yeah, so oh, glue's there as well. Oh, look, I've got me a wet towel ready. Gosh, I'm doing ever so well today. Let me just wipe that. Here we go. Okay. Did I miss something though? Oh, bless you. Sorry, Diane. Yes. So as I'm looking here now, I'm going to glue this top corner here. Now, I've not drawn on this one because I'm utilising it, obviously. And I wouldn't want to have a big square X on. But for you guys, that's where you're going to glue top corner, bottom corner. Yeah. And then this time you're going to fold it inwards. Okay. And this one inwards. Okay. And again, bone folder. Oh, I've just lost the end to me glue. Crumbs. I'll have to go hunting for that now, won't I? Right, okay. So I'm just going to give that a couple of minutes because I want to make sure it's stuck. I'm just going to put that there because that light is annoying me. There we go. So I'm sorry if it's blinding you. So this is how it goes. There's your front bit. And let's see if it's going to work now. Oh, is it gonna work? Oh no, it's still not glued yet. Hold on. Claire, I think Bilston. Oh, what's that? Claire, I think it's Bilston Market. Bilston Market, Claire. What did Claire ask? Sorry, no, Sarah. Oh, okay. So, Claire, if you're in Wolverhampton, Bilston Market's on. Claire, what? Yeah, so if you're in Wolverhampton, Bilston Market's the place to be. Now, I'm just going to do these fold lines because obviously you've scored, and I just want to make sure. So, there we go. Oh, it works. And then I'm going to... Yes, it works. It works. It works. Okay. Pink Frog Super Smooth works for this particular project. So, yes, if you're in Wolverhampton, you've got markets on at Wensfield. Bilston Market is the place to be. That's brilliant. And then you've got Wolverhampton Market. Parking's a nightmare if you're a car driver. But again, it's what you want. So, look at this. So, it goes this way. It goes this way. And then it goes this way. So, it's one of those funky diddly-doo-dah cards. So I want to stamp this now. Why not? Now, I've lost my end, but I'll find it later. So here we go again. So it's 16 by 16, a full piece of card. Yeah. You will score mark 4 centimetre, 4 centimetre. So that's 4, 8, 12. Turn it round and do exactly the same again. You cut out that piece there. And then on the, obviously you can then do that. This corner and this corner, you'll first glue. Take it in, then you will glue this corner and this corner, and then you take it in and take it in. Be mindful that you've got to just make sure everything that you've scored will bend. So there's my card. So let's make it into a little something. Oh, how cute is this? You can put it in an envelope, make your own little envelope. I'm quite chuffed with that. Let me put that somewhere and keep that. Yeah, it worked. Okay, let me just grab some stamp. Now then, I have got Tracy Evans' beautiful stamps, and I'm going to use some of my own as well. Why not? Now I'm just for quickness, I'm just going to do some flowers. Now, honestly, Tracy's flowers are absolutely to die for. I mean, look at this. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I think I'm gonna go for this one with the wheelbarrow. So this is TE14. And those are some of the earlier collections. So let me just get this one out. This is beautiful, beautiful stamp. So I'm just going to pop this on here. Human David 55. Oh, honestly, you guys are proper pulling it today. Oh, so sad. Let me just grab a plate. There we go. I'm just going to pop that on there. I should try this one. Oh, definitely, Steph. That'll be a fabulous one. And also the little books as well. So this, let me just quickly get, this is just to show you the gist of. I'm probably going to repeat things, but you know, something just to show you. I mean, look at that. How beautiful is that? I mean, you can paint that. Let me just see if I can get the whole of that flower on. Let's have a look. Now, there we go. So, oh, no. Hold on. Let me just play the game. Let's see if I can, yes. So I know now that that bit hasn't gone on. So let me just pick it up. So I know now, when you come to stamp this, pick it up in your hand when it's on. So you've just seen what we missed. Because I wouldn't want you to, there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to open it and into that stamp, yeah? So let me change a stamp. We could make a little, yeah, little books for Mother's Day. How cute would they be? Oh, goodness me, yes. Good thinking, back think. Oh, excuse me. Pardon and all that. So we're going to put that one in there. And then I just, oh my gosh, honestly, I'm forever wrecking stamps. You know, like the lovely little, it never goes quite right for me. Come on, let's play the game, Lisa. That's better. I always have a little overhang on my stamp and then it rips all my plastic. And then I get frustrated and rip it even more. I'm going to do this beautiful. And then if you wanted to put your birds and stuff like that, obviously you can do. Let me just get that stamp on here. So it's giving you a bit of food for thought, stuff to do with the grandchildren, stuff to do, you know, as memories. I mean, you could even put, I don't know, different photographs and stuff on. So let me put this down. Now, I've just remembered what I've just said. So Lisa's learning from her own mistakes now. So let's put it down. Let's move it across because it's card. Let me pick it up and let me really, really pull that in. And I've just done that bit. There we go. That's on. And bear in mind, let's open that up to the next one. Oh, loving this, I tell you. This is deep. Now, I did say it was either going to be absolutely brill or turn out to be a disaster. Now, so far, morning, Terry. So far, we haven't got the word disaster coming into my vocabulary as yet. And I'm going to do this beautiful. So my mum likes flowers, so I could do this for my mum. If she's not watching, which I don't think she is, I think she's doing the vegetables for dinner. She's not going to know that I'm doing this for mum, so don't tell her. So let me just stamp that. So I'm using the VersaFine Claire Nocturne. And remember what I've just said to myself, Lisa, do this. So I'm just going to push it down. I'm going to pull this towards me, making sure I'm not moving the paper. And this is easy, especially if you've got problems gripping as well. You know, so you can actually do this quite easy. Mum's a word. Thank you, Diane. And then let's take that off. Okay, so then if I open it again, I've got another one. Oh, I tell you what, this is like one of them funky puzzles that used to, remember them puzzles you used to do as a kid at school? You know, and used to, I love you, I hate you, and all that to do. I remember them. Right, that's it. Oh, I haven't interfered with my wrapper there. Oh, I tell you, I'm impressed with myself here now. So these are lovely Tracy Evans stamps. Absolutely small business. She's just celebrated a year of launching. Absolutely fantastic stamps. And then I'm going to get one of my daft mushrooms. And because it's for my mum likes the oil. What's it? Oh, good, I'm glad that we're on the same wavelength. Now, if I remember correctly, this was the first one Mum done, but as it's, I tell you what, we'll do this because I think it was the eyelash one Mum done, the very first stamp she ever done. Choose one, that's the one. One, two, three. Yeah, remember that? Choose 1 to 4. Then used to colour them all in different colours, and oh gosh, that's memory lane and half that is, isn't it? So this is one of my mushrooms, and I'm still taking it in, but my stamps are launching at the NEC. This Thursday is launch day. OMG. I don't know how quickly this has all happened, but it's like a whirlwind. Absolute crazy. Now I'm going to place it on there quite firmly. And remember, I'm going to pull it off to the edge, hold the card underneath, pick it up, and then just go along where my stamp is. That may have brought me about 30. Oh, fabulous. So they're ever so easy to make, and they can be as bespoke as you want. So there we go. So let's have a look. So when I open this one, we've got the flower, And then when we open this one, there's another flower, and so on and so forth, yeah? So, it's all about colouring it in then. How easy is that? So let me just put this away, and then we'll get down to doing the booklet. We'll colour them in a bit. I'm just being mindful of time. Goodness me, I'll tell you what we're doing. We're doing well today. Flying through stuff, we are flying through. 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Now, let me just wipe my hands. So this is just one of the Bilston Market. I'm sure that, honestly, I'm gutted there can't be can't be there on the 3rd. Oh, listen, I'm there 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. If you can't make it on that day, choose another day. But if not, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You know? You're not that, I don't think, are you that far? No, you are far away, aren't you? Yes, you are. I'm trying to remember. Yes, you are far away. It's Grimsby, isn't it, if I remember correctly? I had to think then. So, yes, I'm gutted too. I'll try and do some footage. Now, I've done some footage yesterday. I wasn't talking to myself, so don't panic, folks. But there was no signal to do a live. I was given 2 tickets for, oh, perfect. How fabulous. Come and say hello. That would be lovely if we can see you. Right, so I'm quite pleased with that. So that's Pink Frog Super Smooth card. And I tell you what, it's done it lovely. So you can just imagine, if you don't want to stamp that, you can write little messages. A bit like that finger thingy, what we used to do when we were little at school. So yeah. Very cute. So, let me add, let's just put some little bits. Now, this will have dried by the time we get round to painting it. Put that there. I don't want to lose that knobbly bit. I would love to get that. Oh, Rutha, hopefully. Whoop, let's do that. Let's have a look. So that's quite dark there. So let's just bring that around. And then let's just add. So if you're confident enough to add anything that you feel's missed, especially with it being black ink. Now I'm using a permanent ink. I say that, hopefully. So I brought one of those Tom Studio pens, and I got some ink. So this is the Lumi double-ended thing. Now this isn't waterproof, so I brought some waterproof ink, which is the Sailor Kiwariako ink, which is waterproof, and I have tested it. It is waterproof, so I'd recommend it. It's not cheap, but it's good, and it's a huge bottle of 50ml, which will last you forever. But this pen, with all the nibs in, is perfect for what I do. So Dave, bless him, treated me. He's golden, isn't he? They have their uses. They have their uses. Don't tell him I've said that, but you know, it's one of them. Keep that secret. So here we go. And there's another little bit here. And I don't want to take anything away from the beautiful design that Tracy's put onto these. Absolutely stunning. So I'm just a little, you know, just a little additional. Yeah. There we go. So I've got that end on there, which is, I think it's a number 3. And then this on here is a number 1, well, 0.1, which is brilliant for me doing my fine line drawing and stuff now. So I'm going to be using that a lot. So let's go back on to our cover. Now, here is, we'll paint that in a minute. I'm going to let that settle and dry. Here's our watercolour card that we're going to make our booklet with. Now, like as I said, when it's dry, I'm going to trim it up, so don't be so worried. So if you haven't got a guillotine and you think, well, hold on a sec, I don't like that, you pop it down, you get a steel ruler or something with a good edge, nice sharp knife, and take it in a nice firm, you know, across, and then you'll have a lovely clean cut edge. All right, if you have got a guillotine, just do a bit at a time if you need to, etc, etc. So I'm going to think this is going to be, if I'm having it like that, this is going to be my front page. So I've got to remember front, yeah? So I'm going to put that over there. I'm going to put my Versa out the way. Now I'm going to use some different, now I haven't got any ink on me. I'm liable to put blobs of ink over, you know me. I haven't got my microphone on, so I've got to be mindful when I move away from here. Now I am going to use some of the, now we done a couple of different techniques on the workshop, which worked ever so well, but I just want to put down some of these pastel colours. So this is Pan Pastels Tints. Yes, I did buy it myself, and it was a small fortune, but worth it, I must admit. So I'm going to do some of the lilacs, the pinks, the blues, the greens, all of these beautiful colours I'm going to put over this, and then I'm going to layer upon layer. Okay, so I am going to use, in my box of sponges, I was tempted to Google that, but never. No, honestly, apparently those finger things are called paper fortune. Oh, really? How fabulous is that? Oh, bless. I picked from the front. Oh, and that is just so beautifully lucky to have that. Okay, I'm going to use this sponge here. It's an old makeup sponge. It's probably something out of Primani. Everyone's got a Primani, I'm sure. And if you haven't, you're not really missing much. But, again, it serves a purpose. Because they're a bit like throwaway clothes. I know when my kids were little, unfortunately, they were forever having cheap clothes, or I was in the second-hand shop. But I am shy to say it. Sometimes that's all I could afford. Right, so I am just going to spread around some of these beautiful pan pastel colours, and I'm just popping in whatever I want to pop onto. We've got mints, we've got purples, we've got lilacs, we've got beautiful yellows, we've got sort of peachy colours. Now, bear in mind, I have no idea what this is going to look like, so I'm sorry now. Well, no, I'm not sorry. It's just one of them. It's art, isn't it? We'll do it whatever it comes out like. It's going to be pretty, I'm sure. And if it's not, we'll turn it into something that is. So, you're starting, well, some people say this is the start of the week. Some people say, you know, Sunday's a Sunday, isn't it? It's, you know, tomorrow's the start of the week. It depends on your work, I think. There's a lot of people out there who sort of got Sunday's the start of the week for them. Each to their own, isn't it? So look at that. We've got this beautiful sort of an array of, I don't know what it is really. I say it's a mess, but it's a pretty mess. You know what I mean. Right, let's put the lid on that. Now these are great. So you can put all your pan pastels nice and safely into these. They come in 20s and they come in 10s. So I have a few because I have a few. And I must admit, when I was at a net shop, this bronze colour is amazing. That's all I'm going to say. Amazing. Shocking. Shocking. I don't know. Go there, do a workshop and you spend a fortune. But that's what it's all about, isn't it? So, let me get a piece of paper to put under here. And I'm going to do a bit of, now then, that was, if I remember right now, front cover. That's the back cover, that's the front cover. So let me attempt, dare I say, let me get some tape now. Tape. I have got some non-stick, low tack. Right, I like to keep this. This is my little end thing, so I like to keep that safe. Let me just get that out of the way. Right, so let put that there. Okay, here we go. So watercolour card. I'm going to, because I've already got a bit of an edge there. Let's have a look. I don't know, so many millimetres, I presume. I ain't very technical, don't particularly care. I know there's a lot of people, there's many artists out there that will do so many millimetres. I ain't got time to do that. It'll take me off God knows how long just to find my ruler. So, look for pastel, but not very lucky. Oh, they're called tints, Ruth. They're not. They're called tints, and if you look for pan pastel tints on Amazon, there's plenty on there. Trust me. I've got loads in my basket. There's golds. There's fluorescents. You've obviously got dark colours. You've got the tints, and if you actually go on Pan Pastel site directly, you've got a huge variation there as well. So you know. There's plenty out there, Ruth. I suppose it's just a case of looking in the right places, isn't it? Yeah, Amazon do indeed, because I've got plenty in my basket. Right, so this might not stay on here. I ain't too fussed, if I'm honest. I'm going to stick that back on there because, them times when you can never find your end. I like to either tuck it over with sellotape, but with this, I like to put that back on. So that saves that. Now then, I'm going to put some water on, and I'm going to do water around the edges. So I'm just, now I have got the pan pastel down, and that ends as like, I suppose it's more of a, let me just wet up my card, sod it. Oh, Look at that. Let's see how it rolls. Now, I'm glad you can see that. That's absolutely fabulous. See that little roll of water? Love it. Anyway, let me just carry on doing what I'm doing. There we go. But yeah, so this, now already that's come up. And I ain't too worried, if I'm honest. It's just trying to keep it down in one place. Now, you've got several paint palettes to use. You've got your Zig watercolours. You've got watercolour pencils. You've got elements. You've got oxides. Or, let me investigate. Or you've got a bog standard pan set. Now, these are half pans. Watercolour. Now, you can get full pans, which, again, that's also in my basket. My basket just goes never ending. It's just absolutely shocking. And I brought some new brushes as well. Now, I love my squirrel hair. Can't fault my squirrel hair. Love them to bits. I haven't got clean water. I'm sorry. I'm being a bit dirty now today. I'm being real. Couldn't be bothered. So what colour am I going to do on there? Do you know something? I'm having a bit of a moment. Let me just... No, actually, we'll do watercolour. We'll do a proper... We'll go proper. I eat. I'm going to do a... Oh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Now, my favourite colour is just like an olive green, if I'm honest with you. And all I want to do is just maybe... Because if I'm going to put some of my mushroom stamps on here... Now, the one thing I say to you is, don't be shy to add your colour on. Don't be shy with the puddles of water. You know, it dries. You can move it out. You can flatten your card if you don't like how it goes. But, you know, don't be too precious with it. It's only a piece of paper. Dead simple. I've just brought some hog hair. Oh, nice. Hog hair are gorgeous to paint with. I'm sticking with the squirrel hair, and I've brought... they're all over blinking Facebook at the minute. They've bombarded me. You know, when you go on something and then you're bombarded forever with it. I've been bombarded. However, they are... Oh, what are they called? Some are art. And they're like a ball, and then they come very thinly out. Oh, can't wait. But they hold a lot of ink, and that's the thing with me. I want something that holds plenty of ink while I'm doing a wash. A full set of pastel colours like Lisa. It's a 20 set. Now, depending on where you're looking on Amazon, it could be anything up to £120, I'll be honest with you. However, there are offers on. So if you click on one, just give it a bit of time and they send you an offer through. Because that's what I done. Well, to be fair, I was lucky enough to buy mine from the most amazing, gorgeous Moira shop. But obviously I'm watching them and looking at them as you do. But yeah, they're on there. They're cheap enough, like I say. So, you know, just bear that in mind. Now, let me just get a tissue just so I can dab this off a minute. Because we're getting a nice bit of... Now, you can let this dry quite naturally. But you know me, I don't do that. And the edging bit's just not working at all. So, again, don't care. I'm just going to put some more of this beautiful... I absolutely love this colour. Now, as you can see, underneath... the ink is moving divinely. The pan pastel is stayed put. So if you're wanting to use the pan pastel as your backing landscape or anything along those lines, go for it. So I just want to maybe have some here, a little bit going across here. Try and look and envisage a landscape. I'm just doing movement of ink, if I'm honest with you. There's nothing specific, or I'm not going for anything particular because I'm going to put my grasses and stuff like that. So this is, to me, this is just a bit of a background, and I just want, because I'm going to get this dried off quite quickly in a second. Otherwise, you ain't going to be able to see it because it's still a pool of water. And, you know, I want to be able to show it you as a finished piece. So let me just dry this off. Now, watercolour card holds the water. I am using Pink Frog. Good quality card again. So just be mindful of the card you're using, if I'm honest with you. My pan pastel stayed put, but again, I can add more if I wanted to. There's all water up here. It hasn't lifted that colour out, so I've got this beautiful arrangement of colour. Now, if I wanted to leave, hold on, if I wanted to leave that little bit of tape, like I say, it's about as much use as a chocolate teapot, especially down here. So as I said, I ain't too worried. I've got to use a decent tape if I'm honest. And I'm still looking for something that I'm personally comfortable with. So this is a total mixed media piece. So we've got pan pastels on there, and we've just done a bit of a watercolour mopping. And that's Winsor & Newton. I do like their stuff. I'm loving it. Honestly, a lot of water. Ali, you could go swimming with it and it'll still come out. You took it to the swimming bath with you, it'd still be fine. Trust me. Okay, so let me just, there we go. So you can see now you've got this load of nonsense here. So for me, chocolate teapot, no good. Do Posca, no, Posca pencils are a wax. I can put some on here to show you because you've asked the question. I always like to help as best as I can. Now I'm going to add a bit of water just to here, just so I can move. Again, let me just bring that along. Because we might as well sort of bring it together. Now, another thing you can do, let me just move that along there, wreck the place while I'm at it, obviously. What's that? Is that a booklet? Yes, let me put that up there. Don't want to wreck that. So here, you can do your zig pens, you can do watercolour pencils. Let me just move all this out the way. I'm trying to stick with an ink base sort of thing, so let me get let's use some of Andy's Inkology. So this is Olive Grove, one of my faves. Let me put that down. And I do love this lighter, beautiful colour, golden green. So you can see I'm doing sort of a bit of a landscape because I'm going to put some mushrooms on it, so I want it to sort of look intense mushroom. Now let me just find Skinner's Gold. It's not that one. Is it this one? No, that's not it. Is it this one? Skinner's Gold. So Inkology, Skinner's Gold, because I just want to put that down. Such a beautiful rich yellow. And if you haven't got some, I'll tend you get some before you can never get them again, so to speak. Right, so just a bit of water, and all I'm going to do here is just blend where you've got that brown and that green, and I'm going to do between the two colours just to bring it together. I just don't want the harsh, you know, that harsh line sort of thing. But I want the layers putting in as well. So again, you know, you could do this, not like it, add some water onto it, and it'll look absolutely amazing. So again, it's not going to look perfect because this is just a background. So if I go like this now, look how that changes. How absolutely gorgeous is that? Changes enough for me to think, well, I just want to put some yellow into this now. Yeah. So don't be shy to think to yourself, oh, let's add some more, let's add some richness into it. Why not? It's only paper. Don't be so sort of het up and think, oh, I can't do that. Yes, you can. No such thing as can't. Not when you're creating something anyway. Right, let me just pop a little bit of dryness on this. So you ain't going to see any of this. It's just going to add to that backing area. So I'm going to put my grasses on there. Put some up here, and then I've got a book. How easy was that? So, hopefully everybody's got a good week ahead. If you are coming to the NEC, I can't wait to see you. And although the design team hasn't been announced as such yet, it's all very exciting. So I'm hoping the design team will be announced very shortly. Oh, very exciting. Very, very exciting. No, carry on, Chris. It's lovely of you to join us. So there's my front page. So you can sort of see there's something going on, yeah? So let's get some stamps in to actually make that into something. So, what am I going to make it into? Right, so I've got this. I've got a stamp. We've got this, we've got that, we've got that, we've got that. We've got, I'm not going to do any skulls. Let's have a look. Where's my little mushrooms? Right, let me see. Here we go. Right, so I've got little mushrooms, we've got midges, We've got grasses. Yes, I think we'll do that. There's the grasses. Right, okay. So it's just all you got to do now is just choose what you actually want to build it up with. So I'm going to leave my midges over there a second. And I'll tell you what, maybe put some of these bricks with the grasses. Yes, bye, Chris, my little munchkin. So I'm going to use this one here, and this is off the 005 set. So let me just put that on. Now, you can do this. I mean, that to be fair, that would just go quite nice on its own. Let's do that. There we go. Block. Nearly lost the block. That was a funny one. Lost the block. Yeah, I'll do it that way. I'm going to use a brown actually. I was going to say nocturne then, but why not? Let's do fallen leaves. Now, is this my new pad? Let's have a look. Oh, I think it might be. Oh, yes, it's very juicy. Yes, it's a new pad. So I've got a juicy pad. And I'm using fallen leaves. So the brown, I just want to bring in with regards to the stonework, really. So I know I've got a flat surface on underneath. So with that other card that we designed, obviously there was higher and lower pieces of card. So that's why I had to pick it up to push it together. Thank you. Done my thumbs up. Bless your cottons. So there you go. I mean, how, without even doing anything, you've got those layers, but then we'll colour it in, pull it up, bring it a little bit more, you know, do bits and bobs. Now you could, let's just put a different one on that side. So I'm going to use the same set again, and I'm going to use this side. So you've got two alternatives, a left and a right. Let me just put that in here. Let's put that there. That'll do. So even though it's different, they're the same as such, if that makes sense. So let me put that on here, and again I'm going to use the same, so it sort of complements. Again, if there's such a word, we'll use it, complement. And then I'm going to use we'll put that about like so, I think. Yeah, that'll do. I'm going to use the Posca pencils because somebody's asked, so you can then see how we've got Pans Pastels, we have got watercolor paint, we have got the VersaFine Clear ink, and I'm going to use wax. So two separate, so you got front and back. I always, oh, bless you. Thank you. You're all a good bunch, and that's, you know, this is why I love sharing with you guys. There's no daftness. Absolutely fabulous it is. Absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to leave that as just a level, and then just leave that as a clear, because you could do some midges, you could do some butterflies, all that sort of stuff. So that builds up really well on that 005. They are released on this Thursday is the actual date. Dum dum dum. And already well, it's well over half the stock's gone already, if I'm honest with you. I'm quite like gobsmacked with it all, if I'm honest. It's like, pooh, really? So yes, if you can make it to the NEC to purchase, go you, because not being funny, I don't know whether there's going to be any availability apart from everybody that's reserved, because there's been some amazing orders. Right, let's pop a couple of these funky mushrooms on. So we could, so you got these with these bits and bobs here. I love the stamp with the rocks. Oh, lovely, Moira. I'm glad they've ticked a box for you. So so some of these have just got stumps down. Some of them you can actually go, I mean, here, let's do this one. Let me show you this one, for instance. Let me get a little pad. Let me just go over yonder, investigate. There we are. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to pop that on here. Now, the best thing with this, I'm going to do it in black. I'm coming to the end. Oh, fabulous. Correct me in the crush. There won't be no crush, I'm quite sure. Bless your cottons. I love your thoughts, though. Bless you. I'm going to do these in black because I'm going to do a black pencil, because I'm going to pull it up quite high. And this is what I love about this. You can do this to any size. Now, where's that pen I brought? Here it is. So let's do this. So I'm going to take this down now, and crumbs, let me have a, there we go. I'm going to bring you down back there. So I'm going to do it a little bit bit bigger towards the end. Why not? That's his little growth area. Now, the best thing with this pen is they've got different size nibs. I've got a 0.3 in at the minute, as you can clearly tell. It's nothing as bold as what's already there, but I've blended it in quite well. So I'm just going to do some little lines and dots so it looks like it's got a little bit of oomph going to it. And let's just pull a few little bits and bobs here. Okay, yeah, why not? And this is what I like. I want you to manipulate these stamps. I want you to add things to them. I want you to be able to create. No, Ruth, it's fine, honestly, sweetie. It would have been lovely for you to have joined us, but, you know, things happen. It's okay. It's no problem. You're not going to miss out anyway, are you, Ruth? You know, so let's just pop that there. Right, so let me just get another little stamp here. So we've got this one. Again, another mushroom. I'm going to do in black because there's no end to this. So I'm giving you the opportunity to do whatever size stalk you want. And I'm going to do this one quite high. I'm going to put him here. Can't wait. Oh, yes. See, so that's going to go there. Oh, clonk, clonk. Apologies there. Done your ear rolls out. And I'm going to bring this down just like so again. Go over it a couple of times. And then I'm just going to bring up so it looks like I've got a little bit of depth. Now, obviously I drawed these. I know sort of dots and lines and bits and bobs. But there you go. So already you have a short, and I've turned it into, and this was a little one that I've turned into. So don't be shy to alter the stamp. And, you know, I'm well into the fact that, you know, it's all about your creativity. So please be creative. So I've got another stamp here. So let me get this one. And this one's got no end. And I'm going to put that on the other side. So let's pop that one there. This is a larger one. Yeah, this is a different one, large. I'm going on the train. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, safe journeys. Well, if you are travelling down, come and say hello. Tell me you've travelled. And I'll get you to come and sit with me and craft with me. I don't want you to take a journey and be disappointed. So please, please, please do. I want you to come and sit with me. I want you to come and craft with me. You know, a bit of a one-to-one session. You took the time and effort to come and say hello. Please, I want to make it a time for you to, you know, I want you to sign my t-shirt. I'm going to wear a t-shirt where I want you all to sign it. It's a memory of the day for me, you know. Might never happen again in my lifetime sort of thing. So I want the memories as well as you guys, you know. So please, let's make memories together. That's what this is all about, yeah. I'm very excited. I'm very nervous. I don't know what's going to happen. And yeah. I mean, I've got a lot happening in the future. I can't tell you about, but there's a lot of amazing stuff. I'm very blessed. So again, you see how I've made that even bigger? And then if you use the smaller one, yeah, you can have a smaller one here. Do you know, see what I mean, yeah? And then you've got those lovely little midges. We can put some flying midges on there. So this stamp set that I'm putting out there, you can alter it so much. I invite you to do so. I want you to extend it. I want you to add things, quirkiness to it, you know. Oh, sorry about that. I mean, it's horrible not being. You know something, if I couldn't drive it, it'd feel like I've lost a limb. I think it'd feel like I couldn't draw or create. So I understand you guys not being able to get out and about. So I'm sorry. There's always another time, and if ever I'm local to you, let me know, and you can always jump on a workshop. You know, I can always sort you out one way or another. Anyway, yes, it is all about making memories. I want to make memories with you guys because, you know, I'm blessed. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here doing this now, would I? So I'm all about giving back to you guys. You know, we're in it together. So please, you know, I'm not just trying to be whatever, but that is genuinely, I'm excited to meet you guys. I'm excited to craft with you. You know, I'm excited to learn from you as well. Oh, Ruth, take a deep breath. Don't let it, you see, the more it's letting you eat at you, the more it's winning. So please don't allow it to do that in your space. Right, let me get a piece of, where have I put my tissue? Ah, here it is. Okay, tissue. Let me put my brush there. So, let me get the Posca. I want to put the colour down so you can see how intense this colour is. And we've still got these little daft. I mean, look at these. They're cool. This is like, now it's glued. Let's have driven since I was 17. Yes, Stephanie, I'm the same. I passed when I was quite young as well. I mean, I'm well in my 50s now. So it's been a long time since 40 years. Oh, yay. But yeah, oh, how cool is it? Can you just imagine all the little messages you could give to a loved one? Love you, missing you, to the grandchildren. Valentine's, birthday. How unusual would that be for a birthday card? I'm just gobsmacked into it. Get over there. Right, pencils. Right, so because I'm doing a lot of travelling about and whatnot now, I have actually started to be really good and put my stuff into, let me shift things so I can see what I'm doing. I have actually put things into my case. So let me try and find where there's my Posca pencils. Let me do that in the correct place. So there we go. My Posca pencils are there. Let me move that. So let's do that so you can see what I'm doing. Posca pencils are a wax crayon. Now, if you want to move these around, I have put some of the isopropyl into there. So that is in here, which moves the wax crayons around. Okay, so if you want to blend, this is your stuff. I have no intention of doing that now. So, oh, I've just found another sponge. Oh my gosh, look at that. There you go. Surprised when you start moving things around what you find, isn't it? I honestly, it's not for long, trust me. This organisation probably isn't going to last, but let's embrace it while it's here. You know me well, ladies. So this is front and back. So all I'm doing now is just laying down just another colour, basically. I have no intention of, now this can be water, you know how I've designed this could be water or grass. Today it's going to be grassland. Now I've already put a watercolour over it, so it's laying on top really nicely. And most of my family and friends don't drive. Oh wow, okay. No, well, Kim, we'll have to come up to you. That, you know, we'll have to look at things that way. I'm always about getting those that miss out and embracing that. So that's always something else for us to look into, isn't it? Right, so let's have a look here. Let's put a little bit of something going on here. And again, I mean, you could add, because this is what you can also add little flicks, which will complement. And let's put that flick over here, so that page actually blends into each other. So look at that now. When it goes onto that spine, it actually will complement each other. And that's another thing you can think about doing, is balancing it. These are very, very done down intense. And the wax will go on top of, where as you can, okay, if I do this here, for instance, look how that goes over the top of. Let me just, let's have a look what there the white goes down. You know, let's have a play. Let's do a bit of white here. Oh, look at that. So that white, if that was a pencil, we would not be getting that. So, you know, so where I've put down the shadow lines, yeah, your shade lines, I'm doing white over that. Wow, okay, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with my own, what's it here? Ah, crumbs. I love it. Listen to the set. Oh, okay. Oh, Moira. Bless you. This would make lovely little bits of snow and things. Snowdrops. Well, it's looking like a bit of misting at the minute, which is not. But I'll put pan pastel over the top. But that just proves that wax intensity goes very, very well. Very well. Let me just put the let's put the mushrooms in. Let's get the stalks in. I'm going to do this colour here, and then I'm going to do a look of grey colour. Right through I'm dry. Oh wow, fabulous. Well, my mum's in her 70s, and she passed some years ago actually. But yeah, she was very lacking confidence. So I get that totally. But yeah, once they're away with the fairies, we've had it, you know. Looks like another strap. Oh, bless you. Well, this is, I've tried to do it where everybody is capable of doing some sort of artwork in a form that you're comfortable with and you understand and you want to embrace. Yeah. I hope that makes sense, because we've all got different levels of sort of how we do things. I hope that makes sense too, you know. Let's try and do these rocks. So you got that white down. You can see I'm going over the white. The layering on these Posca, now you wouldn't get this. I've used many, and I must admit I am quite blown with these, because the level of intensity that you can get upon layer is absolutely jaw-dropping. I'm not in any affiliation or anything with this. I'm just telling you as it is. You know me, I'll tell you straight. There's no reason for me to sort of go, no, buy this one instead. Nothing like that. I'm just telling you straight. So I'm just going over these rocks now. And then I can put a bit of white highlight on. I do want to put some like green. Let me have a look. I want something that looks mossified. This will be more mossy, I think. Well, have you noticed when you've got mushrooms, there's like moss and grunginess, and I love it. And I want to put a bit of isopropanol onto it, whatever it's called. I probably have just said that totally inappropriate. So don't message me saying, Lisa, it's this instead of that. I don't care. I'll call it whatever. You know me by now. Okay, so that's that. And then let's have a bit of yellow. Oh, I'll tell you what, this will look nice, I think. So this looks very much like a grass. So as you can see, we can go over that. We can put that little bit of a sheen out the side of it. Highlight maybe. Totally up to you. If you don't like it, don't do it. Yeah, you get what I mean. Now you can also put your Posca pens over this. Now where I've done these scribbly bits, you can turn them into flowers. Nobody says that it's got to be a grass. Nobody. And especially me. So I want you to embrace putting a bit of colour on. So let's put a bit, oh, this looks a nice blue. Let's put a bit of blue into this. Now if you're not happy with how blue this looks, get your Posca pens onto it, put some splatters onto it, play around. I'm inventing things here now, as you can clearly tell. There is nothing there, but we've got a line. I'm going to add it to look like there's a bit of flower. Maybe a bit like forget-me-nots. They're quite an invasive, aren't they? They can take over your garden. I love forget-me-nots. Dave won't let me have them because they take over the garden, which I'm trying to sneak some in without him knowing. But because he's a professional landscape gardener, he'd know as soon as he saw the little bits coming up. So I can't really get away with that. Right, let's fill in these bits now. So what we're going to do, let's put a bit of funkiness to it, shall we? Why not? Let's have a look. Blue, orange. Yeah, let's do it. Let's have a look. So I'm going to go over with the orange to begin with. How are we doing for my pet portraits? Oh, yeah, very nice. They're fast. Yep, perfect. Now it's again, it depends on what you like, isn't it? Because I mean, I've got some Faber-Castell stuff. I've got Winsor Newton. I've got Mondelez. So again, you use what you're comfortable with. I'm not here plying you to buy anything. Far from it. You do what you like to use. I don't care what you buy. I just want you to create. I'm not here to sell you anything, unlike other places might want you or prefer you to buy their products. I don't care. I'll tell you what would probably look nice on this. Ganzi Tambi. Can you just imagine that, actually? That would actually look quite nice instead of the watercolour. You see? I'm just thinking about it outside the box now. Let's pop a bit of this into it. So now I just want to start pulling, because I will put some black into this as well. Yeah. But at this precise moment in time, I just want to, an array of browns would be nice, actually. Let's put a bit of dark brown into this as well. Oh, I am dropping things down. Sorry, Dave. I think Dave is beating you there, Lisa. Really? I'm with Dave on the forget-me-nots. Yeah, bless him. There's certain things we can and can't, I'm not allowed to have in the garden. I'd just be full of ferns, if I was honest with you. I love ferns. Absolutely. It reminds me so much of my childhood. We used to go down Kingford Edge. Growing up, Mum and Dad didn't have loads of money, so we used to go to loads of free places, and I used to spend a lot of my time at Kingford Edge, which I absolutely adored with my brother. Skipping through the fields of fun. It was good though. We had some good times, very good times. So yes, so I am going to put some white paint onto this as well. So let's just bring all this together now. So let's put some of this deep yellow on. I'm going to have to leave. I'm going to have to leave for my first visit. What is that? To leave for my first visit Wolverhampton and the market. Thank you. That's all right, Claire. You go and do what you need to do. It's one of them. There's always catch up. I don't expect you to be glued. Bless you. Okay, so I've just got a bit of the white now, so I just want to blend this in a little bit. Let's pull that round a little. So let's get some white now. Now the white that is my preferred white, regardless of anything, I don't care what now, is the pen white, the Dr. P.H. Martin's. What are they? Out of this world. Oh, okay, what are those then? Going to more. Yeah, totally. Depends on that. I've just finished cleaning and tidy up. Hey, hello, Jane. Fabulous. My daughter-in-law. Oh, I'll tell you. And they're out of this world. Oh, yes, please let me know what they are then. Sharing's caring. Right, let me just... So I've got all my pencils in there. That's 200. It's a 200. It's full. Let's put it like that. I need another one. And then I can put all my zigs and stuff in. But at the minute, they're in there. Right, so let's do this then. So, let me... You have learned to use what... Yeah, that's it. Honestly, just use what you've got. Please. Stop trying to get something else to please somebody else. Use what you have. That's what it's all about. Right then, so this white is amazing. So I'm just going to put a blob here on there. And this, it wasn't expensive. Well, it was ish. It's one of them. But for what's in there and how you use it, it's amazing. I'd spend. Well, I'll just keep spending it until that's that, basically. Right, in my gob it goes. So, okay, let me just put a little bit of water here. As you can see, I've just totally plopped onto it. Okay, so now I want to put a little bit. So I'm going into the thicker part of the colour. And I just want to pull just in a couple of little places, just a bit of white. Now, this white, I am on the wax. Yes, you can clearly see that. And I'm just going to pull it around a little bit. Let me just wipe that off. So I'm on the wax and I'm going to wipe it off because I didn't like it there. Okay, now. There you go, sorted. I just want a little bit of something on these edges here. So without me smudging things, I just want to just pull some little bits. Now, with the new brushes I've got, it's got the most finest line work. So I could actually do fine line work there for things exactly like that particular instant, which I'm trying to do. And it's not doing what I want it to do. So that's why I thought, right, I'm going to try these, brushes basically. Now, if I wanted to make it look like there's a bit of snowdrops here, and just drop a bit of white ink down, again, it will settle on top of the wax. So make sure it's dry, otherwise you can move it around, slide it around, do whatever you like. Now I'm just going to pull it around a bit here, and where you've got these blobby bits, you can add different colours into there or white highlights. Again, it's totally up to you. I'm just trying to put in a different colour so your eyes draw into different places now. And then I'm going to put on a bit of the isopropyl and just play around with it. Mum's giving me a wow. So if Mum gives me a wow, then she's always happy with it. Bless her cottons. Okay. So let me just go. I'm just going to put a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit around there. I'm going to put the on when I've finished doing the rest of it. So I'm going to put some white blobs onto there. Now, how I said about this. Now then. Morning, Mum. Mum's in the house, folks. So I've got this and I've put some down here. Now, you know, if you want to mix, like I said about mixing, you can mix. So I'm going on to the blocks here, you know, like the boulders and the brown and the white and the green. I am actually blending that together. So again, you've got to be comfortable. So this wax is sort of melting in now. So it's now changing the context of how I've put that particular part down. And on here, I'm just going to bring it round, and I'm going to put light coverage here and around here. So it's just it's you understanding what your colours or your whatever you're using basically. So don't be shy. A little bit again, nothing major. And again, if you want to move around any of the wax that you've put down, if you don't like where it is, move it around. So I'm quite happy with how that is. What wax were you using, Lisa? Mr. Star. They are Posca pencils. So the Posca pencils are actually like a wax crayon. And wax crayons can be moved around with the isopropyl. Okay, which is like alcohol, basically, pure alcohol. Like I say, just in case you missed that. Right, so let me just get some white now. I don't know. Oh yeah, we're still okay. So I don't know how thick this is. Oh, you're welcome. So I'm going to put on just where I want, roughly where I think I want some little white blobs, possibly. Let me just have a little. If I didn't want white blobs, then I can have a highlighted area. And again, you haven't got to leave these white. If you wanted to turn these into a colour, you could then go over it with a colour if you wanted to. Now, I just want to, let me just use a bit of water on this. So all I'm going to do now is just move this white. So I'm going to blend it in. Now, it's going to be a bit difficult to blend in because obviously this is a wax underneath it. But if you dab it, you'll actually get the look that you're looking for, sort of thing. And again, if you don't worry about it. Put something else on there. You know, use different things. Try different products. It's only a piece of paper. You know, so don't be so het up to think to yourself it's got to look a certain way. Who said it has to look a certain way? I had no idea what I was creating with you guys today, and this is what I've ended up with. You know, it worked, luckily. But there's times where things didn't work, and obviously that's where I ended up making that book, which has ended up coming into this now. So again, it's the variation of different things. So I'm going to get my black pen now with the ink in here. So I'm now going to see what I can pull out if I wanted to do some different details and stuff. So if I wanted to just put in, if I want to start changing things now, which clearly I am. Perfect. So if I wanted to add, you know, just some like little bits of fake flowers or something behind there, I can do that. If I wanted to add some wisps of grasses, I can do that. You know, don't think that you can't add. It's your creation. You can do what you like. I'm very much a big believer on three stripy lines makes fabulous grass. It's all over the place. When you look at my stamps, they break down very, very easy. Easy enough for you to add on to and extend. Yeah? So, there's my front cover. All I've got to do is think of what's going to go there now. Do I want a sentiment on it? Do I want to put something on there? Do I want to bring out, look at this now. So I can now bring out, if I wanted to, any of these sort of areas where I think to myself, oh, you know, I just want to pull that a little bit more. This ink in this pen, this waterproof ink is fabulous. It's not clogging up. It's doing what I need it to do. Absolutely perfect. So I would, even though they're expensive, I would recommend them. Maybe a birthday treat or a Christmas treat. And I'm using a very fine nib. I'm thinking I might have to up the nib if I'm going over work like this. So yeah. Perfect. So let me just put a little bit of depth into these now. So let's have a look. So you can't see, well, I'll show you, but so I just want to pull out the like the thin parts, just so it gives me that that little bit of detail again. Like I say, if I get it wrong, I ain't worried about it. I'm not annoying anybody because I designed them, and that's what I'm asking you to do. Do not think to myself, oh, I've just ruined the stamp. Honestly, you won't ruin the stamp. It's just your creativity. So please play around. Do whatever you feel is appropriate for your piece of artwork that you're creating. You're just using one of my stamps to do that. That's all. So there we go. Okay, look at this now. Okay, now. So look how that's changed. How fabulous. So I'm now going to just with a bit of a pencil, I'm just going to try and put in a couple of line work. And like I say, a lot of it's very much of a scribble work with me. I look at this and I think, what was I thinking about there? Something inspired me, which is nice. Probably something that you guys had we'd either spoke about, because I designed these very quickly. We were talking about something and then woof, dum dum dum, away I went with my design. Perfect. Okay. Got about, oh, nice, Ruth. Yes, very nice. Let's put a couple of little midges on here. What do you reckon? I think the midges are very cute, and a lot of people like the midges. So let me just pop on. Let me find them. So here's the little midges. They're sort of little creature-esque sort of things that fly through the air. There's some little flowers. Again, you can build up just these two alone can build up a really good scene with the additional of that sort of flower. I mean, you could bring that up, colour it in, etc. But let me just put a couple of little midges on. Let's have them. Let's have these two, you know, floating, one on one side, one on the other, and then maybe we might put another little one in. Let me just find a block. What did I do with the other block? I feel like new kid on the block. Where's me? Oh, here it is. Crumbs. If I had a brain, I'd be dangerous. Honestly, I don't know how you lot put up with me sometimes. Okay, let's have a look. That one, that way, that one, that way. Oh, yes, I'll tell you. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm going to do them in black because then if I want to add anything to them, I can do it with my black fine liner. So, there we go. I'm going to put this one here. Why not? So, just a nice firm press. And, you know, so far, I haven't had any, where's that other one gone? I haven't had any like double line or blob out on me. And as you can see, I'm really being quite heavy with the ink. Let's put that one there. And I've really put quite a bit of pressure on. Which, yeah, okay. Your brain will stop mine for... I don't think I've got any brain cells anymore. I don't know where they've gone. If anybody finds them though, just let me know. Send them, you know, self-addressed envelope and all that. I'll have to send it out to you if you find it. Oh, dear me. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put this little one down. Why not? Let's have a look. Yeah, okay, we've got a bit of that. Let's just pop you a... They always say 3 is the magic number, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 boulders. You always try and do the power of 3. Not just through craft, but through your designs, through your creations. Just there's certain rules of thumb that it might be worthwhile putting that in and thinking about. Okay, so I haven't put any writing on it because I don't know what the occasion is going to be for, if I'm honest. So it's pointless me putting something on there, which I don't know what it's going to be for. So let's have a look at my booklet now. So let's have a look. There we go. Like I said, I'm not too worried if it goes over. But, I mean, you know, I can put... To be fair, if I'm going to give this to somebody spiritual, I'd put some pentagrams onto this now. Which may just happen yet. Oh, I don't know whether it needs to go... I'll tell you what, I'm not going to do it now because I know some of you don't find that... well, you know what I mean. Okay, so this is the fun bit now. So I've got me, it's still stayed on, bless it. So I'm now going to go, right, I'm going to do this quite quick now. So I've done a line of glue down. Okay, and then I want to quickly, before it dries, put my thing in there, close it, push it down, yeah. I've got a little run out there, don't worry about it. Yeah. Now, obviously, I've got dirty hands, which is naughty, Lisa. But that's it, it's in. So what I'm going to do now is get me some clips. Now, usually takes a couple of what's-its. So while I'm waiting, let me just put that there. Let me just make sure. So this is where, if you wanted to heat anything up, you can heat, but I can see that everything's gone in well. Now, you saw how quickly I've done that. And that's it. So along here now, I want to make sure that this is all touched in. Now, I can see how filthy my hands are and I'm ruining what I've just done. So let me just clean my hands a second. Because I need to get, so I have got one of those, let me just put that glue gun out the way before I end up doing something I don't want to do. There's that. Right, so can you see on here? I'm just going to see if I can pull that off, because otherwise I'm going to play around with it. Okay, so I have got one of those magic eraser things. Let me see if it's going to work. Let me just, now I might end up taking off some of the pan pastels, but I don't mind that. Oh, perfect. Okay, that's it. Okay, so the magic eraser will take out, so I had a big black blob there. I'm not too worried, I can put pan pastel back into that. I had a little bit of a Lisa moment there, so let me just put some water on that magic eraser and let me just play around with that there. Perfect. Now I'm making more of a mess. Perfect, that's about right with Lisa. Okay, yep, that'll do. Okay, so there we go. Now I'll just cut that off, or try and blast it. Let me just move that out of the way, because I know what's going to happen there. Lisa's going to have another moment or two. Right, so I will stop. Yes, I know, don't panic. I'm going to let that dry now. I've got off all the marks. My hands are a little bit better. Stop. I love it. You guys, you do make me chuckle. Yes, Lisa will stop. So let me have a look. It's all in. I've got nothing coming out. Yeah, one book. Now, that is an original piece of artwork. That will be a gift to anybody. That could be a thank you. You can quite easily put a thank you on it. Notelet, birthday, name, put names onto it. Obviously, I've got bits over, so I am going to trim this up. And then I'll take photos and just put it into the ethos. But if I wanted to now think to myself, do I want to just darken up the edge? Do I want to put more of that colour in? So let me just get a little bit of that pan pastels back with those beautiful colours. Let me move these out of the way because I don't need them anymore. And you can see how easy this has been, yeah? There is nothing difficult about what we've made today. The booklet is easy. That little game thing is easy, yeah? Oh, wow, go and enjoy yourself, right? Honestly. Have fun. I expect to see lots of lovely pictures later. Go and embrace. Go away. Come in here and chittery-chattering. Go and have fun. Happy birthday to mum-in-law. Yes, there we go. It is very personal, and the same as these little things as well. So let me just... Oh, yeah, that's what I used, wasn't it? I just want to put a bit more of this. See this lovely pinky purple? Let me move that out of the way. So these are beautiful sort of lilacs and the pinks, and yeah. So you can go with the colour scheme that you feel's relevant. So we've got that orange down here. Let me just take that orange up. Let's blend it in now, yeah. And I wouldn't worry about any dark work because you can pull that out again. So here, for instance, here where you've got that yellow, I just want to bring it together so the piece looks like it moves together. And then I want to put in some of this beautiful purple and blue. Yeah, let's just bring that in. So anywhere where you've got that little bit of, ooh, what did I do there? Did I have an accident? Ah, don't worry about it. Yep, so perfect. Then if you wanted to do an oxide over it, do an oxide, So easy done. So there you go. Let me just move those out the way. Put the lid on them. As you know me, disaster will happen. So, one little booklet. Now, if you wanted to put twinkles on it, what have I got on Twinkly Land? Let's have a look. I'd probably say it's going to be stardust on the stickles. That means you do it on the wings, etc. I'm just going to put, well, this SB. Oh, bless. There you go. I love you guys. You're all very supportive. That's what it's all about. I mean, look at that book. How amazing is that? I want, what do I want? Let me move this nonsense out of the way for starters. I want to put a little bit of something in the wings. I want a neon colour. So I am going to use my Karen Funky Monkey pens, whatever they are. Let's have a look. So I think these are the neons. Let me look. Neon yellow, neon canary, neon orange. Let's do that. Right, bless you. So I am just going to go over just the top of there because I think that's just fabulous. I'm now pulling colour. So I mean, I could, if I wanted to, just look where that one wing is. And I could actually start pulling together one neon funky. Most definitely. So I can put glitters over that, which I'm going to do. Let me just pull in this orange on here. And again on here. Oh, do you know something? I'm just loving this. Wow. So these are the Karen. Just pull some of this luminous. Oh, it takes me back into the 80s. I want to go and get me what's it, me leg warmers and all that on the go now. Honestly, this is fabulous. Do you know, so I'm just going to pull. Why ever not? I mean, if you could have illuminous mushrooms, couldn't you really? Look at that. How illuminous is that? Fabulous. Let me just see what this yellow's like. Ish. But again, you can quite easily move this around. So you can, let me just have a little bit of water. I just want to see how this goes. Yeah. So if you wanted that as a bit of a background, you could pull that around. Bear in mind there's ink on there that is still wet as well. Obviously the pen stuff is dry. I'm just going to move some of this pastel off the black. I think these Karen pens have been, honestly, the neons, I would say, I mean, just look at that. I mean, just look at, you're not even seeing it in the natural daylight either. They are like pop. So let me just put on some stickles. And I'm using stardust. And I'm going to do it on the fairy wings. Now, I'm just a smidgen. As you do. I don't want to go too OT because you've got front and back. So you're going to have to wait, you know, for this to dry. But that gives you an idea. And like I say, you can't, I don't think you can even really see that because maybe. But yeah, I mean, you could really, you know, if you wanted to put a couple of little, bear in mind this is a gift for somebody. So if somebody's a glitter freak, they're going to love this, you know, with the fairy glitter has gone all through the flowers. I mean, can you just imagine if we put this down as water with the reflections here, maybe? Oh, that would look, I mean, look at that. Who wouldn't, you know, love something like this? Especially if you're doing it with grandchildren as well. I mean, you've got the stickles, you've got the liquid pearls. I mean, you know, gorgeous. You could put the liquid pearls on as the you know, the flowers and stuff like that, which again, if we were doing them as forget-me-nots, that would be gorgeous, to be fair. Little dots of that. Let me just see what it looks like on top of the wax. Let me see if it's gonna work. You know, so it will actually, yeah. Is it going to come out the end? Yes, I think it is. Fab. Okay, let's do that. Because it gives, you see, when these dry, they're fabulous, especially if you've got a child with sensory needs. This would be fabulous because you can feel, obviously, what we're putting down on where, when you do a drawing, you can't as such, if you know, I hope that makes sense. So at least then, you know, if you have a child with sensory needs, they're going to love that, because not only have you got your glitter for sight, sensory, but you can actually feel the liquid pearls, because it gives you that sort of, I mean, if you really want to go out to it, you can put a textured paste over this. Can you just imagine that, with a bit of grunge and texture and like a bit of oomph to it? I'm just going to open the blind to see if it gives me any different lighting. Woohoo! Goodness me! And then there was light. Okay, so I don't know. You can see the glitter. I'm hoping, maybe, I don't know. But there you go. That's that anyway. But front page again, you can put on something more personal. You can put the name running down the edge. You know, you can put fancy corners stuff on. You can put a bit of gold onto this. But yeah, that's that basically. So let me put my pens away. Oh goodness me, is that the time already? Where's the time gone? Wow. We'll colour this in another day, but that gives you an idea to make something. Yeah, have it, but it's, yeah, good on you, staff. Do you know something? I do that, and then my credit card comes into play, and then I have to run away and hide. But you can see now, let me turn that over. I haven't put any liquid pearls or anything on this side, but I will do once this is dried. So maybe later on today I will do the rest of that. I'm going to open the window, let some air in. But yeah, there's something for you to play around with today. So you can actually make a pad. You can make a book. You could make a notepad that is totally your artwork, and give those out onto personal gifts. And then these little things, you know, you can write whatever you want in there. I just stamped these just for the quickness of showing you. But can you just imagine, forget what I've stamped on there. You could write message of love message, or you could put little inspiration words, which I think I'm going to do. But again, be mindful of the card you use, because just remember, when I used a rubbish card, that's what it ended up to be. Yeah, which is no good for man and the beast. I mean, what's that? That is not that. Yeah. Okay, so have a fabulous Sunday. Just to keep you in the loop, obviously with me doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the NEC, I am going to do Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm going to come on and do a live. So I am now, not just today, but I will be seeing you Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. Look out for the times, please, because I haven't decided on time slots because of my work. So, and I don't want to clash with anybody else's lives or anything like that. So I am respectful. So, yeah, keep a lookout for what times I'm going to go on. But I'm going to come on and come and say hello to you guys, all right? So I hope you've enjoyed today. Please give me a thumbs up. Please share. Please subscribe. It all helps me in one small way or something. But I can't wait to see what you create with your little books. It's going to be lovely. Use whatever stamps you like, you know. Play around, create. So I'm going to go. Love to you all. Have a fabulous Sunday. Go and enjoy the sunshine. Well, I think this is our summer, folks. I don't want to kill you off now, but I think this is our sunshine. So enjoy. Have fun. You can hopefully you can sort of see now. See the glitter? Now we've got a bit of light on it. So we've got glitter. We've got liquid pearls. It's all very, very magical. So I'm going. See you later, people. Love you all. Bye now.